Well, welcome along everybody, and welcome along to the penultimate race in our F1 2018 career here at the Autodromo Jose CArlos Pace in Interlagos, Brazil. They didn't tell us the weather again, so that's never any good.
Remember to select
There's our... We're not going to select a new rival from here on in. We're just going to carry on and go with it. It's neck and neck between myself and Daniel. Hopefully we can come out on top of this rivalry and win it 4-0 as opposed to him winning it 3-1. There's our driver details, 4 championships, and that nobody has brought an upgrade this weekend. So who knows, we may see an improved pace in that Renault like we did earlier. We've got the new gearbox on order, which is good. We'll order a new practice gearbox. I don't know why, but we will. So let's take a look at the drivers' standings, even though we don't really need to. We won the championship back in Japan. Esteban on the second. He's got P2 locked in. Pierre Gasly, Daniel Ricciardo, Sergio Perez, Charles Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, Brendan Hartley, Kevin Magnussen and Marcus Ericsson round out your top 10. And you can see for the constructors, Renault have 2 points, which means somebody is still need to score, and that person is Carlos Sainz, because Hulkenberg has 2 points. So Carlos Sainz scores a goose egg. So we're off to go get practice then around here, and then we get qualified. We'll see you guys for the race.
As surely as the sun rises in the morning, the Brazilian Grand Prix packs out the grandstands and creates incredible drama. Title deciders, heartbreak, triumph and home glory. All these and more can be found in abundance here at the Autodromo Jose CArlos Pace. Interlagos, always a very special race here in Brazil. It's a 2.7 mile circuit with 9 lefts and 6 rights for a total of 15 corners. The fastest lap today should have an average speed of around 135 miles per hour, if, of course, the weather stays dry until the end of the Grand Prix. A warm welcome to Anthony Davidson, who's beside me in the commentary box today. Let's talk about Paul. They've had a fantastic campaign. It's been a wonderful year, and they come into this weekend's Grand Prix as a fully deserving champion.
I agree, it's been a truly impressive season. But championship or no, I don't think they'll be gently cruising around to the finish line. In fact, with points no longer a concern, there's a lot less to risk, so we may even see a more aggressive approach.
Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. Daniel Ricciardo starts from pole position today, edging out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Alonso, Leclerc, Pierre Gasly and Ocon, Bottas, Van Dorn, Hamilton and Roman Grosjean, Magnussen, Hartley, Poole and Raikkonen, Sainz, Stroll, Sebastian Vettel and Nico Hulkenberg, Ericsson and Sergei Sirotkin rounds off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
We did not have a good qualified session at all. The heavy rain came down and it soaked the track so much that we just couldn't get any kind of grip or traction out there whatsoever. So we're going to be coming in from deep, folks. P13 on the grid. And I think what we might do is we might go on a contra strategy here. There might be some rain towards the end of the race. We'll have to see about that. But we're going to flip this around. So we're going to start on the soft tyre and go to the end on the super softs. I think that's the way to do it. So there we go. See if we can back that up a bit. There we go. There you go. Split it down the middle. 10 laps and 18 laps. So we're going to go absolute contra strategy to everyone else in there, and we're going to try and come away from this with some kind of result, because we deserve much better than P13. Mind you, in saying that, the AI around Brazil are OP. So don't be surprised if Daniel Ricciardo wins this race. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, we're going to get out there. We're going to give it our best shot and see what happens. Let's see if we can aim for a podium from P13, shall we? So here we go then, folks. From deep in the field, 13th on the grid, 5 red lights are out, and it's lights out, away we go. What a start at the front of the field from, is that one of the Force Indias? I think it is. The Force India's going to go into the first corner first. Where are we? We're going around the outside of one of the Toro Rossos. I think it was Brendan Hartley there. And already up a few positions. That was pretty good, but it looks like, yeah, Daniel's taken that position back from, it looks like it's Perez at the front of the field there. And we're somewhere in that melee. We're fighting the two Haas's into the
Okay, that's a good start. Keep it up.
Will we try an outside move on one of them? I think that's Grosjean. And we'll get more than that. We'll get Hamilton as well. Oh, that was a bit of a tail happy moment there. Any further around, and we've been pointing in the wrong direction there as we go round. Take Hamilton. I think we just took Lewis Hamilton, so we're up into P7, P9. So that wasn't a bad start at all, as Stoffel Van Dorn sits right in front of us on the track, and that's good because our Renault in our car is a bit more better than his Renault in his car, which is always good to know.
Okay,
it's always
you're in
good
the
to
top
have
10.
that information as well as we go into the Senna S. Oh, bit of a wheel bang there, and we've got that's
Green.
is that Hamilton out? I think it is. That's a bit unfortunate. What happened to Lewis there? We'll have to find out there. As Kimi locks it up, and through goes Carlos Sainz into P14. I'd love to see a replay of what happened between himself and Stoffel, if you don't mind, Mr. Race Director, because that did cost Lewis Hamilton a few positions there, but right on the back of Valtteri Bottas here, P8. Lewis Hamilton now out of the race. Really? Really? Lewis Hamilton's out of the race? He's sitting at the outside of his hero's corner, and he's got no front wheel. We've just taken Bottas for P7. That was easy as you like, thank you very much. No F's given with that pass. But out of young cow and up the hill as we go. We've got yellow flags up ahead. What on earth is going on here? Daniel Ricciardo has set the fastest lap. Good there. Oh, the wreck. What the?
Virtual safety car.
Whoa,
deployed.
virtual
Slow down
safety
and
car
maintain
been
a positive
deployed.
delta.
What on earth
Virtual
has gone on
safety car
there?
is deployed. Drop
We're
your
up into
speed. Our delta
P5.
is
We've
too
gained
low and we
a
risk a
ton of
penalty.
positions.
Slow your pace immediately.
So someone's blown up. That looks like Leclerc. Oh, Alonso has collected Leclerc. Oh, that's Bottas and Van Dorn. Oh, Alonso almost repeated his big crash at 2003, folks. Let's see that from Alonso's point of view. So he's driving into... Oh, that's Leclerc's fault. And then watch this impact. Oh, that was not nice. As we go to Hartley's view. Oh, sorry, no, this is the man Gasly. And oh, that was close. I think this could be from Bottas's POV here. No, that's someone else's. I think this is Bottas. Yoink! Oh, that's. Oh, did you see Van Dorn coming in at a rate of knots? Watch Stoffel here. Oh, that's a nasty one, folks. That is proper
Virtual safety
nasty.
car is ending. Maintain your
We're coming
pace
to the
until
end
the
of the
green
VSC
flag.
now. We're going to be
VSC
back
ending.
underway
Wait for
and
green.
back racing again as we come out of Ferradura. And we're not quite there yet. Not quite there. Oh yes, we are. We've gone back under green now. So it looks like we've had the glitch where it just says VSC ended across the screen. So that's not exactly very helpful. Then again, when was it helpful? It was never ever helpful in those situations. But when was this game ever helpful? As
If
we
you
had to
think you can
think
get
about
past,
looking
increase
at
ERS
the man
deployment
Gasly,
to overtake mode.
and that's not going to happen. We're in P5 after all this as we look at Grosjean and Magnussen. They're in a fight over the position behind me. P6, K-Mag's going to get his man here. The Haas is side by side into the centre S, and think about it. Yes, Magnussen's got his man. No problems. We go to Brendan Hartley with Carlos Sainz right behind him. And that's going to be Carlos having to think about it. He's going to go side by side down to the Subida del Lago through the Curva del Sol. He's got one of the Ferraris on his rear end. I think that's Sebastian Vettel. And Hartley pulling right over to the inside of the track. Fair play. It's hard racing between these two. That's what everyone likes to see. And it looks like Hartley's going to retain that position. But going back to Grosjean and Magnussen, this fight wasn't done down into the Subida del Lago.
Fuel target is
and
plus
that's
one.
Going to
Faster
be...
engine
Oh,
modes
there's a bit
are
of contact
available.
there, I think. Yeah, there was a bit of wing flew off. What on earth has gone on here, folks? We've started taking to bumper cars all of a sudden. But isn't that always the traditional way how something ends up as we give chase to the man Gasly? Oh, right up his rear. Any closer, we've been able to see what the make of his diffuser was in that car. It's ridiculous how bad close we got there. Any closer, I really do believe we would have found out the make and model number of his gearbox. But we'll keep plodding on. P5. Who would have thought we were in P5 right about now? We might be in P4 in a second. Diving down the inside out of Ferradura. Another power slide through the hairpin into the Pica de Plateau. And we'll give it another whirl, but it looks like he's going to hold on his Pierre Gasly, the man Gasly. No love lost between myself and him from last season in the Toro Rosso. We should get him, though, into the Senna S. Look how close we are. I swear to God, folks, any closer, and we will be able to tell you the make, model, name, and number of the man that made his gearbox. As we go up into the Senna S, going round the outside, look at the debris on
Check
the
your
main
MFD
straight.
for
Why
a
wasn't
new
that cleared up
strategy
by the
option.
Brazilian marshals? We'll never know, and we're up into P4. Thank you very much, Mr. Gasly, as we go through the Curva del Sol down to
Got that confirmed.
the Subida del Lago. In front of us now, Esteban Ocon. So it must be Ricardo leading from Perez from Ocon as Brendan Hartley comes. Oh! I think Sainz connected with the back of Hartley there. That was Hartley getting all out of shape, and Carlos Sainz giving him something to remember him by. As we come back to the Pica de Plateau, and we are giving chase to Esteban Ocon. Do you think Ocon has had enough after what happened last time, or do you think we should give him a bit more? I think we should give him a bit more, folks, because quite honestly, that's what he deserves for what happened. I show no remorse for what happened in Mexico. He showed no remorse for what happened in Russia. But then again, a Force India taking out a Red Bull as we come in from very deep and nearly fly off the track, but we got P3 off Ocon. That's job done there as we go back through, and this is Carlos Sainz with Kimi Raikkonen riding his tail, but I think Sainz has got wing damage, so the car Raikkonen's going to have him for
The
lunch.
gap to the car ahead is
I think he's going for lunch,
3.2
dinner,
seconds.
tea, and whatever else the Finnish like to do as we go back to ourselves with Ocon. This fight's not done yet, but we'll just escort Ocon to the outside of the corner and say, there you go, have the outside of the corner. We'll take the third line. You can go deal with Pierre Gasly for a few minutes. And speaking of go and deal, it looks like Hulkenberg's going to get past his teammate. Oh, there's a real Williams in the background. I think are the Williams fighting? No, it's Ericsson with one of the Williams. I think it's Stroll. The Renaults are side by side, wheel to wheel, side by side. No quarter given
Rain
to
is
either man
forecast in
here.
just over
And
10
Nico
minutes'
Hulkenberg's
time.
going to finally
Rain
get
in
Carlos
10
Sainz
minutes.
and move Nico Hulkenberg up into P9. So another great race in progress for the Renault team. It's all a case of if they can continue that effort as we move on
We're
to lap
approaching
number
the pit
8.
window.
This is
You'll
going to
be
be the
on the
lap
super
around about
softs.
now when Daniel thinks about pitting. As we come through the Senna S now, through the Subida del Lago, as we go back to Carlos Sainz, and he's going to be overtaken by Ericsson here. That was always going to be an easy pass. Move Carlos Sainz out of the points. And into P10 goes Marcus Ericsson. We're through the Subida del Lago. And now up to Ferradura. We're giving chase to Sergio Perez. The only way I think we can get past Perez, I don't think Ricciardo's catchable this race, although you never know. We're going to be on the faster tyre at the end of this race. That's going to be the main thing that we want to keep an eye on, because if we stay on the faster tyre, I think we could potentially catch Daniel Ricciardo, and if we do, what a result that would be. And here comes the man Daniel Ricciardo in for his pit stop, really attacking the pit lane.
Daniel's in for his stop.
As he comes to his stall of 22 men for a 2-second stop, and there he goes onto the soft tyre, and that should be his only pit stop as well. We're hoping for something bad to happen to Ricciardo here, because I don't think we're beating him. But if it does happen, then we're going to be right there to pounce on it. And when we are there to pounce on it, that's what we're going to be looking at. As who are we looking at here? That's Ericsson and Hulkenberg. This is now for P6.
DRS is offline.
As Hulkenberg gets
the rear wing is down,
really wide.
so you can
Nose,
stay
just
out
stuck
while we
his
work
nose
on
in there.
things.
That's a bit opportunistic from the Swede. As we go into the Pico de Plateau. Now we got to carry on for 2 more laps here, and we're going to attempt an ambitious overcut on Sergio Perez. The overcut where we go faster on our older tyres, as opposed to him going faster on his newer tyres. For those in the know, in the money, and in everything else in between as well. Well, here we go. This is going to be our pit stop
In
now,
this
lap
lap,
number
in
10,
this
as we
lap.
go to...
Push now.
Who is this? This is Kevin Magnussen with Daniel Ricciardo for P3. That should be a... Oh, that was going to be a no contest, and Magnussen wussed out and went into the pit lane.
Gap to teammate behind is 10.0
He was going to be
seconds.
overtaken, done proper like a kipper, and that was going to be a job done. So, we lead from Daniel Ricciardo. It is a Red Bull 1-2. The car we're not interested in is Daniel. He's only about 10 seconds behind us. We're not going to make that up in one sector. The car we're interested in is Sergio Perez, who's 17 seconds behind us. If we can absolutely pulverise an in-lap and then pulverise an out-lap as well, I reckon we're going to be in P2 here.
Pit now. Pit
It's
now.
all a case of what happens in this stall that we're about to come up to as we come through the sweeping corner. And here we go. It's our pit stop time now. We're going to have to really attack, and we've really attacked it as well. Did we get the car slowed up in time? I hope we did there. I hope we got that slowed up in time as we come into our box of 22 men, and that was absolutely seamless. You should hear Ricciardo going through on the left. Now, where's Perez? Look for a pink car. I don't see Perez anywhere. Are we beating him out here? There he is. He's right there, folks. Did we get the overcut? It's going to be side by side down to the Sabina de Largo between myself and Perez. And we've got him. What a job we've done there. That is an absolute
Nice work. That
job.
puts him off the place.
We have absolutely overcut Perez by about 2, 3, 4 seconds there. That's incredible. I never overcut any AI, but that is just overcut central. It's unbelievable how we managed to do that, and I think that should be worth a like just then. Mind you, I need to worry because did we gain a penalty for speeding in the pit lane? I don't think we did. It didn't come up that we did, but then again, we've got this horrible thing in front of us that doesn't tell us absolutely anything. So we're just going to carry on here, folks. We're just going to carry on and hope that we didn't get a penalty. If we didn't, we've got to go after Daniel here because we've got to try and win this race. We could potentially win this race. It's all a case of if we win this race. And with us, you never know what's gonna happen. As we go down to the Ferradura on lap number 12 here. And we're going to go see Carlos Sainz with Sergei Sorokin for P13. It looks like Sainz Oh, Sainz has held off Sorokin. That's fair enough. I don't think you'll hold him off very long. In fact, Sorokin's going to get passed here by Brendan Hartley for P14. What's Hartley doing that far down? Oh, mind you, didn't he have a wing issue that could have meant he fell that far down the field? And he could have done. Whether he did or not, we never ever know. We don't even know some of these things sometimes. It's one of those silly things.
Great work.
We
That's
set the fastest lap of the race. Here we come. We are flying. We're only about 6 seconds behind Daniel with 6 laps to go. We are really punishing these tyres, and that's not good because we need to keep these tyres in one nick, if you don't mind. I'd rather keep the tyres in one nick than absolutely waste them on something else. As we go, who we gone to here? We have gone to Nico Hülkenberg passing Kimi Räikkönen for P9. I tell you what, that's going to be more points for Renault if Hülkenberg can get the job done side by side through Curva del Sol. He's got his man. And here comes an interesting party in Lance Stroll. Free wide into Curva del Sol. Sorry, the Interlagos and Lance Stroll just messing it up. Lance Stroll does what Lance Stroll does best. Being the Hollywood guy, and nothing ever comes of it as Hartley gets his man here, Carlos Sainz. And that's P13 for the Kiwi. So it's all looking bad for as we set another fastest lap of the race. We are coming. Oh, we get a track limit warning. We are coming, and we are coming fast. Daniel, you might want to look in your rear view mirror, because if you don't, you're going to be shocked and surprised when you see what's there. And I'll tell you exactly what's going to be there. It's going to be me. And you're not going to like it very much either. I can assure you of that. As we go through the Ferradura into this 3 hairpin section known as the Pico de Plateau. And
we're expecting rain in around 10 to 15 minutes. It's all looking
pretty easy at the moment for us. I think we've got P2 locked in. It's all about whether we can get P1. I don't think we can personally, but you never know. I mean, we could end up absolutely owning this and getting the position we want here. I forgot to do that there. That could have been very useful. We did get a refresh there. Thank you very much. As we go into the Senna S, named after the greatest Brazilian race driver of all time, Ayrton Senna. Second greatest is my boyhood hero, Rubens Barrichello. And yet I put Barrichello ahead of Piquet. Do something about that. I don't think anyone wants to do anything about that, because no one will have an argument with me about it. As we set the fastest first sector of anybody. We are still charging, folks. And we are coming fast. Can we somehow pull off a miracle? And can we somehow pull off getting down? He's only the other side of the last part of the Pico de Plateau. As we come down to Mugello and then into Young Cow. Excuse me, we set another fastest sector, the fastest second sector of anybody, and now use this Renault Infiniti. Well, I say it's Renault, it's an Infiniti engine. They just brand it as Infiniti, even though it's a Renault. Up the hill, do we set the fastest lap of the race? Yes, we do.
Good job.
By a couple of hundredths of a second. We are on it, and we are on it like a car bonnet. As we come through Curva del Sol, 3 laps to go in this race. Sergio Perez has fallen back by 10 seconds, so I reckon we've got second covered. It's all about a case of, will we have any other positions from what we needed? And trust me, we need these. From where we were, 13th on the grid, second is a result. And second is a hell of a result as well. But you know me. You should know me by now on this game. We've done 104 episodes. Well, 103. This is 104. We always want more. And we always strive to be dominant. And we always strive to be the best. And if we can't be the best, then be the worst. That's all I can say to that one. as we come to get 2 to go over the line. The gap is 3.1 seconds. I think that's asking a bit too much to make up, which is rather unfortunate.
Race control.
We gave it our best shot. We get a 2-second time penalty, and then for some reason we decided to do that. Okay, we'll have another go at that, folks. I apologise for that. I don't know what we were thinking of there as we go over the rumble strip in the centre S. I do apologise for you seeing that. That was completely my fault. I didn't do the editing properly as we come out of Sabina de Largo up to the Ferradura. And I reckon, well, I think if we stay second, we'll come across the line and get the Hollywood picture for the team here, because they like it when their cars get pretty close together. Speaking of pretty close together, Brendan Hartley's about to pass Sebastian Vettel for P12, and that's into the centre S. So the Kiwi's gonna get his man. The Kiwi should get his man. The Kiwi better get his man.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
And he does get his man. Will Vettel come back though? No, he will not. And that is... Oh! Hartley locks up. And Vettel is back into the position he intended to be in.
Final lap of the race.
Which is all well and good. But here we come through the centre S on lap 18. We've started our final tour. We've give up on the position that we wanted, which I think is rather
really good. You're managing
rather
it well.
a shame, but I think we had to do it. We had to do it. Otherwise, there's a risk we could have absolutely wasted the tyres. And you know me, I don't want to waste anything tyre related. That is for sure. But you know what? From where we were on the grid, P13, and to finish up P2, I reckon we can call that a job well done. A job fantastically done as well. And nothing more can be said. We come out the young cow up the hill for the final time. We're pretty close to Ricciardo. He's going to win the Brazilian Grand Prix, but we're going to come through and take a fantastic second place. What a drive from the man.
Can't complain about that one. That was an excellent drive.
We'll call that a race victory, folks.
It was a magnificent race and a drive right out of the top draw to take the win for Red Bull today. So, Ant, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
A reliable car, that was the most important factor here. This was a real battle of attrition, and you could tell those at the front were trying to find a balance between running their outright pace and taking care of the car to reach the end.
So here come our winning drivers today, and what a race it was. There's been a big push at the factory lately to get these cars ready, and we can see the fruits of that labour today as Red Bull lift the winner's trophy. Poole increases their championship lead. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
I have to give it to Poole. They did a great job at getting the most out of their tyres without losing pace, something that's a very handy skill to have in modern-day Formula One.
After all that excitement, it's time for a lie-down, I think. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye until the next race.
So there we have it. It is a 1-2 for Red Bull. We did end up with a 5-second penalty there. I assume it was for speeding in the pit lane, even though we didn't get the message to say we sped in the pit lane because we had that virtual safety car box right across the screen. But it's still a very comfortable second place for myself, ahead of Sergio Perez. Daniel Ricciardo wins the Brazilian Grand Prix. What more needs to be said about that? Daniel Ricciardo was on another planet today. We finished second despite picking up that 5-second penalty for the uncertain start go. Sergio Perez in third, Ocon fourth, then Gasly, Magnussen, Grosjean, Ericsson, Hulkenberg with more points for Renault. He's coming good at the end of the season, is Nico Hulkenberg. And then Kimi Raikkonen for the final point for Scuderia Ferrari. And then look at all these DNFs. Hamilton DNF'd on his own in the Senna S. And then Leclerc, Alonso, Bottas and Van Dorn in that 4-car pile-up on the main straight. Almost shades of 2003 for Fernando. But yeah, that was crazy. That was nuts. And we need to go and talk to Claire and decipher what the hell happened during that race. Because, like I said, it was just crazy. What do you make of that, Claire?
Amazing performance out there. You must be really happy.
Oh, I'm thrilled.
Did you struggle to get through all
we
that
did not
traffic?
struggle through that traffic today. Quite simply, we had the grace of a Ballianza, but I had just so much
You
grip.
must be thrilled to be up on the podium.
From where we were on the grid, P13, you can honestly say they put a lot of faith in me. I'm just thrilled to be there.
That was an epic battle.
Well, I wouldn't call it
How
an
do you think this will
epic
play
battle.
out?
We weren't that close to each other. But, you know, whoever comes to top, the fans are the winners.
It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it?
Nope. I was an idiot magnet today. No one cares, Force India.
Appreciate your time.
Appreciate your time. Dear me. That would honestly, folks, that was the craziest thing I've ever been a part of. Some of those things in there were just crazy. We're losing the rivalry to Daniel by 1. Let's see if we can pull it back in time for the final Grand Prix of our career on F1 2018, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, which I will say is going to be a full race distance race. Now, I've said it for a while. I'm going to reiterate it again. We're going to end F1 2018 on an absolute high.
Well done.
Shut
Keep
up,
pushing like
woman.
this for the rest of the season.
Shut up while I'm vamping here.
We've received invitations to new historic
Yeah,
events.
yeah,
You'll be
yeah.
able to choose whether or not
I will come over there and I will tell you right now. I will whoop you. So let's get the last 2 upgrades. Not that it's going to matter really. We now have a fully upgraded car, ladies and gentlemen. A fully upgraded car. And that is... well, that's just the stupidest thing you've ever seen. Isn't it? I mean, let's be honest. It is pretty sick. So Hulkenberg with more points. Raikkonen only scored 2. Carlos still needs to score. He's got 1 race to do it, and I don't hold much hope for Abu Dhabi because Abu Dhabi is a power circuit. And that Renault, let's be honest, that Renault has been utterly shite this whole career. It has. So it's safe to say Ocon's got 2nd, Ricciardo's in a battle for Gasly for 3rd. But that's going to do it, folks. So thank you all very much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. Just smash the hell out of that like button if you did. Let me know what you thought. You can subscribe for not F1 2018 and NASCAR Heat 3, albeit soon Snooker 19 and NASCAR Heat 3 career mode videos, as well as other live streams. And until the next time, when we see you around the tight Abu Dhabi circuit, we will see you then. Take care. Bye bye.